88.5 FM is WQOX FM Memphis. You're listening to Juke and Jamm. And we have in the house today Jimbo Mathus, our special guest.
Good afternoon, Bob. How's everything?
Everything's great.
Good, man. Good.
How are you?
Oh, can't complain. Can't complain. Man, all excited about the big show tonight at the Gibson Lounge.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Who's on the show with you?
Man, I got a wonderful new band I've been putting together, Starlight Wranglers. Just to let people know, I'm a musician from Mississippi, Corinth, Mississippi. I've been doing this probably 39 in August.
I thought it was Iuka.
Huh?
I thought it was Iuka, man.
Corinth, Mississippi.
39 in Holden.
A 39 in Holden pattern. And but yeah, people first found out about me through the Squirrel Nut Zippers back in the 90s, and it's a band I started up in North Carolina, and then went on to play with Buddy Guy back in 2000, and so been playing around the country here for the past 2 or 3 years with my own band, and so yeah, got a great, wonderful act tonight with Paul Taylor sitting in with me. Got a 4-part harmonies, and I'm calling it Interplanetary Honky Tonk. That's the genre I'm creating tonight.
Interplanetary honky tonk.
You got it.
Does that mean you're a honky tonk band?
Well, we're just kind of combining a lot of southern rock elements, southern blues, rock, country, and
or a new age band?
No, not really new age. It's southern fried, that's for sure. But
okay.
Maybe a little later we'll play a couple of tracks, let everybody hear what I'm talking about.
No trance music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And go ahead. It's okay to mention Olga. You can plug Olga and all her.
Oh yeah, well we got Bob. We got a bunch of stuff going on. And just got a studio opened up down in Como, Mississippi, and just got all kind of irons in the fire. But
some of that hill country music.
Yeah, I just love southern music, Bob. And I like to I'm trying to recombine it in different kind of ways, you know. I think Memphis is known for that, really, you know.
Yeah.
Rufus Thomas, you know, playing with the Bill Black combo and whatnot.
Now you're telling on me. So, you guys kind of a little bit of eclectic, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, like I say, we mix a lot of southern threads, but, you know, we do everything from southern rock feel to country honky-tonk feel. You know, one of my big heroes, I love Carl Perkins. You know, I love the way he was able to kind of go across genres. He could do blues, he could do rockabilly, he could do a western swing, and he could do straight honky-tonk, and yeah, I think that's really the...
He'd even stand at the door and collect it.
He'd be any place that was open, he'd probably play it too, I would imagine, if anywhere that opened the door. So, I don't know. I got weird taste in music. I like it all, and I don't really like to separate them, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I just love southern music, Bob.
Well, I got a question for you.
Ask me.
When you recorded this pork chop song, were you hungry at the time? Or was it just, we got 3 minutes to fill on the album, and this is first thing that popped in your head?
That's just a song, Bob. I heard, I used to listen to, over there in Corinth, I used to listen to a lot of this show called Highway 61 Blues. It was on the public radio station out of Oxford, and they'd play blues on Saturday night. And the DJ over there, Bill Ferris was his name.
Mm-hmm.
He'd play all kind of crazy stuff, Bob, just anything you think of in blues. And I heard that one night. We were sitting around a fire, and we'd put the speakers outside, you know, and crank it up and listen to the blues show. And they played that Voice of a Pork Chop. And so I just always stuck in my head for some kind of reason. And, you know, it's one of the most surreal songs. It was written in 1911, too, so that tells you anything about it.
When he goes back to home, I heard it back home. Well, I heard the voice of a pork chop say, "Come on, cover me in grits."
Cover me in grits. Wait on the little dancing cartoons to come out on this.
Yeah.
And I walked in, I walked in, I walked in, I walked in.
How about playing on that Jimmy the Kid? How about playing that song Jimmy the Kid, Bob? If you're going to play one off of that, that'd probably be a good one. It's the first track.
Okay.
What do you make of that, Bob?
Played the kazoo.
I played the kazoo and sang. I had the kazoo tied to a little wire on the mic stand.
Most guys have harmonicas, but no, you got to have a kazoo.
That's just all that happened to be lying around, you know. That kind of goes back to the jug band tradition, you know, when they just played anything laying around on the floor, you know, washboards and
Spoons.
spoons, and wash tubs, and saws, and
Spittoons.
jugs, whatever they had laying around. So that's off my old school Hot Wings record, and we did a lot of jug band kind of stuff on that. So
Good sound.
thank
Yeah,
you, man.
I like
Thank
it.
you very much. I appreciate that.
Tell us about your label that you have.
I've got a label. It's called 219 Records, and we're based right out of Memphis, Tennessee. And we do this, like I say, in conjunction with my recording studio down in Como, Mississippi. And man, we've had a lot of wonderful, wonderful talent come through there. I guess the biggest project we did was not at the label, but on the studio, was Elvis Costello. We did his Delivery Man record down there, and a lot of blues, a lot of Memphis rock and roll, underground rock and roll. We do gospel. We take microphones to the church and record the church services, and just a little bit of everything. But and then the label kind of goes in conjunction with that, and we'll work with artists or groups, that want to kind of take the next step and get a distributor, get some product out there, and just more. I guess you call it kind of like a co-op. We'll scratch your back, you scratch our back, that kind of thing. So we ain't got no big money or anything, Bob. You can probably tell by looking at me. I can pawn my gold tooth and probably raise about $200. That's about it.
Do you still have the studio in Clarksdale?
No, the studio's in Como, Mississippi now.
Okay.
We moved it up there. Yeah, we use.
I thought you had two now. Whoa!
No. We ain't franchising. But we use the old vintage mics and things like they'd use at Sun, the RCA ribbon mics, the big ones like you see and you probably seen maybe.
Yep.
And the old tube preamps and no outboard gear, and we really do it the old school way.
Digital or analog?
Analog.
Tape?
Well, we got a format we drop it on, but it's all tube preamps, and we drop them on ADATs,
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Split the difference.
Yeah, but it really gets the analog sound with it. Like I said, we don't run through a board. We don't run through anything. It's just the ribbon mic and the preamp. That's it.
Straight to tape.
Straight to tape.
That works.
So it works. Yeah, but it's a cool little sound, and it attracts people from. You'd be surprised that want to come do it that way. I figure, well, if people want a lot of high-end technology, they can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Plenty of people have that. They want nothing, they can come see me. But we get a good sound though, for real.
Who are some of the artists you have?
On the label, well, my wife Olga, she's got 2 or 3 CDs on the label. We've done, as I mentioned, old school Hot Wings. Artist Lynn Drury, that was sort of a displaced New Orleans singer-songwriter that was living up here for a while. We did a great CD on Lynn Drury. Another group called Afrosippi. Afrosippi, where we combine African music and North Mississippi hill country boogie. Just many artists. John Lacey, another New Orleans, great New Orleans artist. So it's kind of a mixed bag, really what we do. If we like it, and people are interested in it and want to take the next step, then we'll move on with them like that.
How big is the hill country music scene as compared to what's going on in Memphis?
Well, I don't know how much it's seen. I mean, there's always little juke joints popping up. I think the influence of the music is more people hear it on CDs and on, they hear it all over the world, and so, I mean, as far as the scene is, there's a lot of musicians playing it down there. I mean, there's a big handful right now. Younger ones, Cedric Burnside, Gary Burnside, Kent Burnside, Kent Kimbrough, Lightning Malcolm, and just a bunch of people still, making a lot of racket down there. But, you go to a juke joint, there's going to be 5 or 10 people laying up in there with tall boys and fish sandwiches. You know how it is, Bob. It ain't like the,
Yep.
they ain't got a marquee outside, in other words.
Yep.
Usually no juke joints, I imagine.
Go down that dirt road.
You go down the dirt road,
When it dead ends, and keep
get out,
going.
walk. So, but it's a wonderful music, and it's really, I think it's influencing a lot of people over the world, because I'll have people come in the studio from Italy, from Germany, from Japan, want to cut some songs, can't hardly speak English, and they sit down with an old beat-up guitar, and they sound like they're straight out of the juke joint, it sound like R.L. Burnside, so we're attempting to, so it's interesting how it's affected people. Amazing.
You're getting a lot of people. 219 Records used to be out of New Orleans with Olga, right?
Yeah, it used to be based
And
in New Orleans.
y'all still have a lot of those connections down there that you get a lot of those artists?
Yeah, like I say, we do. Most of the artists are either from Mississippi, North Mississippi, the Delta, or from New Orleans so far. I don't think we've done any Memphis artists. We've recorded some. Did some work with Jack Oblivion. Jacko from Tennessee Tearjerkers is an old friend of mine I went to high school with in Corinth, actually. And we've done some stuff, come out on Garner Records and some of the garage stuff. So, anybody that wants a real sound, we give it to them.
Speaking of real sound, you've got a new album.
Yes, we do.
Coming out.
Yes, we do.
And tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, man. Well, I wanted to play a couple of cuts off this because it kind of represents the band I have tonight. I got a big folk orchestra with pedal steel, background singing, and piano, and all kind of stuff like that. Guitars.
Big city history.
Yeah, like fancy stuff. And wonderful band. And I wanted to play a track off this new CD. The song's called Jimmy the Kid, and this kind of show you what we're going to sound like tonight at the Gibson Lounge. We're starting at 8 o'clock.
Cool.
Now for something totally different.
That's not the song?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's Jimmy the Kid.
All right, I guess today, Jimmy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just listened to a little track there called Jimmy the Kid, and trying to hype up our show a little bit tonight at the Gibson Lounge, our debut.
So who's in the band?
Man, I got a big one tonight. I got Paul Taylor on bass. I got Darren Dorton on drums, a Memphis drummer. I got Justin Showa from Oxford on bass. I got Gigi on piano. Got Pizzle on electric guitar. Matt Pierce. And who else I got in the band? Like I say, it's a big one. Ken Hart on background vocals. He's from Water Valley. And I know I'm missing somebody. Pedal steel, David Gilmore from Oxford, Mississippi. I believe that's it tonight.
I was say from Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Yeah,
I like Oxford.
yeah, I got a lot of friends down there. A lot of great musicians down there. Tons. As a matter of fact, I'll shout out. I don't know if you know Duff Dura or not. That Oxford musician, good friend of mine's in the hospital. I was going to shout out at him. Having a little health problem. I was going to holler out at him. My boy Duff. So. Lovely day out there today. I hope it gets up soon.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So, how many of these tracks do you compose?
I mostly write all my own tracks, man. I mostly write all my own tracks. I will find some little gems out there, strange songs. And I grew up playing traditional music right there in Corinth. I grew up with musicians playing music since I was 6 years old. So I know hours and hours worth of just traditional country, folk, blues,
Everything.
gospel, rock and roll, just everything. In my family band I played with, they played a little bit of everything. The more they drank, the more different kind of stuff they played. You know what I'm saying? I call it beer drinking gospel because the more beer they drank, they started playing gospel music about 3 in the morning, and so that kind of thing. So
I know about these family bands.
you know about these family bands,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's just. But since I'm a young age, I've been writing my own stuff, and I always try to keep new stuff coming out. So that last track, Jimmy the Kid, that's something I came up with.
Any particular mentors or influence on your style of writing and playing?
Man, it's hard to say. Like I say, it's just based off of the whole Memphis, greater Delta Memphis area, like everywhere from Carl Perkins to everything that came out of Sun, to Charlie Patton and the deep Delta stuff. It's just everything. Everything. Jim Dickinson's one of my biggest heroes, you know.
Yeah.
And he kind of got me started in looking at the studio in different kinds of ways. And just everybody you meet, you learn something from. When you're a musician, you know, it's like any kind of art, you know. You learn something. Hopefully every day, you know.
Steal something, learn something.
Well, I was trying to be,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we know.
I was trying to be nice about it, you know.
You're amongst friends. You know, all of
So yeah, I blatantly steal even from my own friends, and they know that. And I'll give you what I got for I'll let you steal it from me. So you know, it's
well,
just
that's
a
very
treat.
kind of you.
Yeah,
Made my day.
made your day.
Yeah. We're going to play another cut from your old school Hot Wing.
Cool, man.
We're going to kind of tap in that thing.
Uh oh.
We know what that's about.
Lyrically, the views and the opinions expressed by ourselves, the hosts, the guests, the callers, and some of the lyrics of the music and all that are strictly our opinion, and it has nothing to do with management of WQOX-FM, the underwriters, Memphis City Schools, Board of Education, anybody else that has say-so and influence on what goes on down here. Now that we've pretty well covered our, we'll play the record.
I love it.
88.5 FM, Juke and Jamm.
Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know about that. That was an ode to practicing your typewriter.
Bet you did that in high school.
You can, I did. Actually, there were no computers in my high school, if you can believe that. That's how old I am, or how redneck my high school was, one of the two.
Or both.
Or both, probably combo. But you can hear in the background my wife, Olga, she's playing the manual typewriter on that track. So.
Is there a union for the typewriter?
There is no union, just the Union of the United States, as far as I know. You know, they don't have unions in Memphis, do they?
Yeah. I thought maybe they would fall under percussion or something.
Yeah, I think it's a
Finger snapping.
yeah, it's the jug band union. I think they've let their membership expire.
Oh, geez, I've always wanted to play a typewriter on a record.
You need to come down to Como.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. How big is Como?
It's one street.
Yep.
It's a one-street town.
Do you have a traffic light?
No traffic light.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. No, that's right.
No traffic light.
Four-way stop?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Does the train go near Como?
Actually, the train does go by Como, right
Yep.
down the street.
It was a train stop one time.
That's right.
Hmm.
There's a train track and a street. And the
Yeah.
train goes by, actually. It gets freight from coming down from Memphis.
That's it.
That's pretty much it. There's some cool deals down there. There's a couple of really nice restaurants down there. The Como Steakhouse is really fantastic. And there's people go down there on the weekends to eat at the steakhouse. They got oyster bar, have their little cocktails and stuff.
Boy, you should be playing on the outskirts of town.
I do that.
Stand there with your guitar case open.
I do that. I'm coming up here to Memphis trying to make some of this big money tonight, Bob. That's why I got all these uptown instruments tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you got a big band, you got to make the big money.
Yeah, we're gonna make $250 tonight, I bet. It'll be about $10 per man.
Yeah,
But then you got to
Think
park.
they'll be happy?
But then you got to park.
Yeah.
then you got to park.
Everybody's coming in separate cars, so we got 12.
Then you got to pay for your promotion on the gig.
Right. Well, y'all are paying me today, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
y'all are catching me up on my typewriter union dues.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah. We don't believe in payola around here, just for the record.
Oh, okay.
Nobody pays us, but we pay people to be on the show.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it.
That hot dog and adult beverage.
I got you. Well, we're doing all kind of demos and promos today for pork chops, hot dogs, and typewriters right here.
So, tell us about your new album again.
Well, man, it's not out yet. It's just some tracks, really, I've been working on, Bob. But, man, if anybody out there is listening and wants to track me down, it's
you
pretty
have a website?
It's pretty easy. Yeah, it's JimboMathus.net. That's JimboMathus.net. And then also 219 Records. You can find me there, and you can just track me down all those kind of ways.
MySpace, you're on MySpace
I think
from
I
us?
do have a MySpace thing.
You do?
Which is just Jimbo Mathus, however that works.
You can link from us.
So, yeah, people look me up on the website. They can order CDs. They check out what I got going on.
Yeah.
And we're always coming out with something new.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You want to revitalize squirrel nut zippers sometime?
Man, surprisingly, we have started doing that. We did a run of shows about a month ago up and down the East Coast to fantastic turnouts.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some jobs here 2 or 3 times a year, the rest of the year. 2 or 3 times a month, excuse me, Bob, for the rest of the year.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's play another cut from your new album.
Sweet. That'd be wonderful.
What do you recommend?
Is it in the player already?
It's in the player.
Hit the
Are you like me? We got to pull it
hit
out
the
and
second one. It's called Bufungu, Bob. I think you'll really like this one.
Bufungu.
Bufungu.
Is this something you eat with catfish or what?
This is Italian, Delta Italian dialect for something a little bit funky.
Something a little bit funky with hot sauce. Right?
Yeah, Bufungu.
Who is?
Maybe.
He's a guitar player, singer, songwriter.
Could be. I got some Mathus relations in Memphis. Is he from Memphis?
He's originally from Corinth.
Oh, yeah?
But he
Well,
lives here.
I'm sure I am. I've got kin in Memphis and in Corinth.
And he lived in Nashville for a while.
I'd like to look up with him.
Played with the Bellamy Brothers.
What's his name? Tom Mathis? He's a
Mathus.
musician. Probably with an I, M-A-T-H-I-S.
Yeah, it is.
That's how mine is, too.
Wrote a lot of songs for Janie Freaky.
Huh.
There's
There's a lot of musicians in my family, man. I'll tell you that.
I used to play with him years ago.
I'm trying to get my wife to look him up on the computer or something. He might be up there. So somebody like the music they call?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we rolling?
Yeah. I'm kind of taking on and off. Just,
Jim Dixon. You stole my piano style.
he stole
Like
it.
I know. I ain't gonna lie about it.
88.5 FM, Jamm. And I'm Bob Holden, along with Joe Terry and Jimbo Mathus.
Uh-huh.
And what was the name of that brown bag special?
No, that's man, y'all are too crazy. That's a real serious song now, Bob. I put my heart and soul into that. It's called Boo Fun Goo.
Yeah, it took y'all 10 minutes to write it.
5 minutes per chord, Bob.
Roll tape. Are we rolling yet? Yeah, okay. Let's do something.
Oh, you're calling me out. This is terrible.
I've been on a lot of those sessions.
I see that. I see that.
I got to write this down for the playlist here.
Boo Fun Goo.
See if I can figure out the spelling on this.
it's Paisan.
I wanted to holler out everybody, man. Remind them if you can. We're playing down at the Gibson Showcase Lounge tonight. A very swanky place. Perfect place to go impress a date.
Great
First
room.
date,
Great
anniversary,
room.
birthday,
Hey.
second date, anything.
Hey, they got carpet on the floor.
They got real carpet on the floor.
I don't know if you're used to that.
They got tables, ambiance. Wonderful spot right there at the head of Beale Street. So
And bounce.
it's Jimbo Mathus and the Starlight Wranglers.
Dancing girls.
Tonight at 8 o'clock. And it's just going to be wonderful, y'all. And, yeah, holler at us. Again,
Give me
holler at me
address,
at
sir.
jimbomathis.net or 219records.com. Y'all can track me down out there. And that's about all I know.
Let's tell them what's Gibson Lounge, just in case they don't know. It's next to the FedEx Forum.
Yeah, it's right at the head of Beale Street there in front of the Forum at the Gibson factory.
I'm looking at some of the titles on this.
Okay.
Jimmy the Kid, Boo Fun Goo, Aces and Eights, Little Hand, Big Gun, Long Time No See, Town Without No Shame, Town with No Shame.
Town with No Shame. That song was actually just in the new Greg Brewer movie that came out. It was on the soundtrack to that.
Really?
Yeah, in the honky tonk scene with Justin Timberlake's in there. I hadn't seen it myself, but they said it's playing on the Juke. It sounds like an old honky tonk country song.
Yeah.
That's Town with No Shame. That's Starlight Wranglers. Show is
Pentecost and Allie Mae.
Pentecost and Allie Mae. That's correct.
Stuttgart, Arkansas. Fistful of Dollars. That's kind of an old Clint Eastwood thing.
Yeah, I just take the old trick and just rip off movie titles.
It's like,
Yeah, I know all the tricks. You can't.
It's just like hanging around the house watching soap operas all day.
Yeah, I got a new song called Casablanca. You might be interested in.
Got a thing going on. Good old time and Hi John.
Hi, John.
Yeah.
That's kind of a gree-gree herb, you know. If you hang around New Orleans enough, you'll find out about those gree-gree herbs they got.
Oh, is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's always about the properties of Hi John and different things that it is capable of.
You've been back to New Orleans after Katrina.
I have, Bob, man. I've been back probably, I don't know, half a dozen times.
Is it getting better?
I don't really think so, man. I really don't. I think, you know, the businesses in the French Quarter are open by and large, and on Magazine Street, and of course uptown, where all the rich folks' houses are. Well, that was on the good high ground anyway. So, you know, they're all back in business. But as far as the areas that were really hit, the lower 9 and all up south of the lake and and all out there east, it's just a total disaster. I would say nothing's happened. And that's where the majority of the damage was. And then on the Mississippi coast, just as bad, you know. Maybe coming back a little bit better, but
My
It's a tragedy.
my fondest memories of New Orleans. 5 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon on I-10,
Uh-huh.
and going over that big bridge.
Uh-huh. Rolling in.
You mean we got to go over this
You got to get over it, Bob.
straight up and straight down?
That's right. It's a, that's a cool thing about that
Dragging
city.
a trailer behind the van, and I'm going, are the brakes okay?
Hey, you better be hoping that the levee's old too. Apparently, you're gonna be wet and wrecked.
That and being on Pusateri going, what do you mean we're low on gas?
Hey, have I got time to make a little public service announcement here? Can I take
Sure.
1 minute? I don't know
Go ahead.
anybody, our listeners out there know about the Bluff City Tan Lions and these type of bands. Well, they're good friends of mine, Bubba Bonds and T Money, playing a lot of rhythm sections in Memphis. Their van got stolen this morning about 6 o'clock. It's
Really?
a late model GMC, kind of ghetto looking. It's got it's silver and blue. It's got a black bumper where they replaced the front bumper, and it's got one of those little those little ladders that go up the back. It's kind of a short wheelbase GMC. I'd say it's a mid-90s, silver and blue. If anybody sees that and Bubba and T Money ain't driving it, call the cops.
Got a tag number?
I don't have that. I just happened to run into him coming down here, and he was out looking around the neighborhoods for it. But it's got all their musical equipment in it.
Oh, man.
T Money's bass amp and all Bubba's drums.
That'll be at Cash America about 2 this afternoon.
And it was stolen right around, they think around 5 this morning, and they called the cops about 6. So they hadn't had a chance to get too far. So y'all keep your eyes open. I don't mean to be America's most wanted here, but it is all my buddy's junk. So.
Well, when you're doing something like that to musicians.
Yeah.
We help out.
We don't take
That
into
ain't
account
too
that.
cool.
No.
And if anybody happens to be listening to this, they see it's a silver and blue, probably the mid-90s. Got a silver ladder that goes up the back, and a black bumper on the front that doesn't match the chrome one on the back. So anyway.
Well, let's play this High John.
Okay then.
Since we own this Nolan's kick thing.
There we go. I'll rub my gree root and maybe try to get that van back. Oh. Yeah, it'll come. Oh, you know what? Shit. I think that track is screwed up on that. Can you fade out on this? See what happens when it plays. I think the track cuts off. I think that's why it says do not use on that master because of the High John track. I wasn't even thinking. It's early, right?
Yeah, it did.
It starts, but it doesn't finish. Is the problem. Let it play. It'll play a couple of verses, and then you can fade it out. Maybe can you fade
Yeah,
out?
we can fade it out.
It'll do a couple of verses, and then this is one that Larry fucked up in mastering.
Oh, did he do that?
He certainly did.
Not the
That's
Larry.
why it says DNU on that master.
Not the Larry.
Did he tell you he messed it up?
He fessed up to it.
Oh, he messed up?
Yeah.
I like Larry, good guy, yeah.
I think it does a couple of verses.
Everybody's talking
We'll fade into
about High
something.
John in the land.
Play that Ben Dewberry's Final Run.
Everybody talking
Have you ever played that?
about High John in the land.
What did you have in mind?
Old Rugged Cross.
That's fine. Okay, cut off right there. There you go. Ben Dewberry it is. I'm sorry about that, man. You kind of caught me off guard.
Sorry.
Ben Dewberry was a brave as a nail. He told his mama, don't you have any fear. All I want.
Does it hurt your voice singing like that sometimes?
Nah.
No? I hear some people doing it, you can tell that it's not their voice. And you hear, that's toward the end.
My voice is just all messed up.
Watch the drivers go. Put your head out the window, watch the drivers go.
It's Luther playing slide on this.
Ben Dewberry said,
You,
Hey, that other track's playing again.
thanks. Stop it.
No problem.
I'm an actor.
You knew that wasn't on that one, did you?
False start.
And then what was Costello like, man?
He was cool. He was just chilled out as hell.
You know, he got a bad rap for a while. Somebody, he said something, I forgot, some musician, they supposedly hit him in the mouth and knocked him down in a bar. Or he's got a fight, or some kind of, it was like one of the old rock people. You know, back when he first came from England and stuff.
Well, he was a punk rocker, I guess,
Yeah.
back then, kind of. Man, he was just real nice.
Man, I love his albums, man. It's just the latest stuff he's come out with, been killer. You know.
And he did everything live. He did it in my studio on the ribbons, you know, just like I do everybody. You know, no overdubs.
How'd you hook up with him?
The producer, Dennis Herring, hired me for the Buddy Guy records I did. I did Sweet Tea with Buddy, and I did Blues Singer with Buddy. And the Sweet Tea was like the hill country thing. We did Junior Kimbrough songs and stuff with Buddy singing and playing lead. And then the Blues Singer was all stripped down like the folk singer record, kind of like the Muddy Waters folk singer revisited kind of. And Dennis Herring put both of those projects together.
Okay.
And then after I moved back to Mississippi, Dennis found out about my studio. I sent him some tapes of some stuff I'd been working on. He liked the sound. He said, I'm bringing the client over. And I was like, okay. And it was Elvis.
That's cool.
And actually, he's bringing the Hives into my studio. You heard that band, the Hives? Some kind of new alternative rock. I don't know what the hell they are.
The Hive. I've heard the band. I've heard of them.
I had never heard their music. That's Steve Selvage singing harmony on this one.
Juke and Jamm. That's a train song.
Yes, indeed. That's actually one that Jimmy Rogers, I call him the original crazy Mississippi white boy, Jimmy Rogers.
The breaker.
From Mississippi, yeah. That's one of his old songs, and that's actually on that track. It's Cody Dickinson's playing the washboard. Luther's on guitar. Steve Selvage is singing on with that. Paul Taylor's playing a little tub on that, I believe, too. So a lot of my Memphis friends are in on that track. Yup.
Somebody told me once upon a time that Jimmy Rogers really had nothing to do with the railroad. It just a shtick they came up with to sell records.
No. He actually was a brakeman and stuff on the railroad. And that's he claims that's where he learned a lot of his songs because the songs traveled
the hobos.
Yeah, they traveled on the rails, and you'd have a lot of downtime in them little shacks and stuff waiting on the trains to come through, to hook them up and do all the different things, the switchman, and I think he was a switchman and a brakeman, and then he was up in he never was an engineer or fireman, I don't think, but mostly switchman and brakeman, I think. Yeah. Involves a lot of sitting around waiting.
Have you something you don't know anything about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No. You ever been down to Vaughn, Mississippi?
Vaughn, Mississippi.
Bob might be making this up, so watch out.
Is this a joke? Oh, Vaughn Museum. Oh, yeah. I've never been to that museum, though, but I have been, through Vaughn. Yeah, that's right.
I went to the museum, and it's just like a little curve.
Just funky.
A little wooden shack kind of thing. They kind of put a couple of coats of paint on. And
right.
Said this is now a museum.
That sounds neat.
And it's way desolate. I mean, it's just way out there.
Way out there, huh?
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
And you're going, this is where the train wreck happened?
Is that where it happened for real? Oh, okay.
It's nothing like the museum in Jackson, Tennessee.
Right, they got a big one up there.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to get some more research done on Cajun.
That's what wasn't Vaughn, huh?
All that. I know Furry Lewis's version of the episode.
It's probably about as accurate.
About as close as you're going to get.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. So, if anybody wanted to come to you and do an album, what do they need to bring when they show up?
Man, we do it all, Bob. We do stuff.
Cash helps.
I put
Bring money.
Bring money. Man, I do everything from just have a songwriter come in and put a whole band rhythm section together for them. I've worked with songwriters that can't really even play any instruments, and we can learn songs and arrange songs for them. like I say, Bob, pretty much anything. I have a great house rhythm section that I can call on to do stuff for songwriters and singers and stuff like that.
Who are they?
Well, it's just a revolving cast, but, you know, a lot of these people I've mentioned, you know, everybody from Cody Dickinson has done stuff for me to a lot of the Oxford cats and a lot of the Delta. I put a particular band together with whoever the artist is coming in. I'll kind of pick who, and based on, you know what I'm saying, based on the sound. So if somebody wants to go in this vein, I'll pick this kind of drummer. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I use my boy Double D, Darren Dorton, a lot. You know, he's from right here in Memphis. I use him on a lot of stuff, and just different people. But we do everything from that to, you know, just fully rehearsed bands come in, you know, and just knock it on out. That's the way I prefer. But
Now you guys are set up like in a storefront.
we're in an old storefront. That's right. It's about 60 feet long by 20 feet wide. So like you see an old, you know, grocery store type of place in an old downtown.
Good acoustics.
I have great acoustics in there.
Something about those old buildings.
They got some funk in them, you know. And,
Wooden floors.
actually, I got some carpeting and stuff on the floor to soak up a little sound. So, but we get a great sound out of there, man. Truly great.
Yeah, I don't know. When they build studios from the slab up nowadays, it just something
Loses the soul.
Yeah.
I got you. And we don't really even use isolation on it, you know. We just keep everything in the rooms together, you know.
Live sound.
It's just the way they used to do it. I mean, ain't nobody ever listened to an Elvis Presley record he did his son and say that they, you know, I love that sound, but the studio sounds like junk, you know. That doesn't happen, man, you know. It sounds good because it is good, and that's, you know, that's our story, and we're sticking to it, Bob.
We'll play another cut from your old school CD.
All right, man.
And Old Rugged Cross.
Oh, is it Sunday already, Bob?
It's Sunday every day.
I can't tell you how many funerals I played this at.
Jimbo Mathus.
Yes, sir.
That Old Rugged Cross.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The Old Rugged Cross.
Played many a funeral, you say.
Yeah, that's when everybody always, well, that's his favorite, Grandpa's favorite song. Got to play the Old Rugged Cross. You know, so I'm glad to do it. You know, glad to do it. That's a part of music, you know, that's kind of getting thinned out these day and ages. It's just the real, how it fits in with people's lives. You know, things like funerals and family and things like that. You know, it just seems to be fading out more and more. You know.
I always did like the family homecomings.
Oh man.
You know, dinner
Family reunions. I can't tell you how many we played
stuff.
of those, man. How many of those, you know? And they still happen, but...
It's one thing when you're young, you don't appreciate it, and then when you get old, you're going, oh, well, geez, another one?
Right. You know, I was weird because I always liked them. You know? Because we did the music, so we always made the party, you know what I'm saying? We showed up, everybody starts getting pretty happy, so... I always really liked that.
The ones I went to, it was like, go down to the corner store, get a bunch of stuff, bring it to the house.
Right.
Nobody wanted to cook.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, every family's got a different thing, you know.
Or you start hitting on your cousin before you realize it's your cousin. You know?
Watch out now.
Don't go there.
Did I say that out loud?
Watch out now.
Okay, so you had the distinction of having a song in a movie.
Yes, I did. I had this a new Craig Brewer movie that just came out called Black Snake Moan is the name of the movie, and I have a honky tonk number in there that's played in the scene. I guess Justin Timberlake's in the scene. I'm not sure what all's going on, but
Is Justin singing the song?
no. I'm singing the song. It's playing on the jukebox in the honky tonk where they're sitting at.
Oh, I thought maybe you got Justin.
Little duet. Hey, man, how about pull some strings? You know, I'm big time now, Hollywood. You know, I can't come up here, you know, and just, you know, I got to, you know, hook up with Justin later on. We're doing a little duet.
Yeah.
And stuff. But, well, there he is right now.
You're
Justin, hold on. I'll be right back with you, man.
Yeah, I thought that was your lawyer calling.
But anyway.
So this is a Black Snake Moan, right?
This song is called Town with No Shame. I actually wrote it about Memphis, Tennessee, and I was quite proud because the scene takes place in a honky-tonk in Memphis, Tennessee.
Really?
Yes, indeed. So it worked out just good. And it...
Just good?
Just good.
All right.
Cool.
Let me cut this off. Well, this is a good pedal steel, man. Right here, this dude. He's an old drunk. Yes, indeed. The old town with no shame. Said, I feel the walls of this town closing in. I feel the rain pouring down on the town with no shame. That's rough, you know, Bob, when it gets like that.
Yeah.
Got to get out of town.
It's bad, you know.
It's bad, you know.
Bad, you know.
Well.
I sure appreciate y'all having me up here, man.
Well, it's been a
turning
blast.
some people on, hopefully, man. Turn some people on to what I got going on. And
Yeah.
you care if I call my web address out again?
Go ahead.
JimboMathus.net or 219records.com. That's the number 219records.com. And, man, y'all look us up. If you like what you heard today, we got a whole lot more where that came from.
And you got a link from our website, too, JukeandJam.com.
Yeah, indeed. A link to the Juke and Jamm website and Joe Terry and everybody.
So you're tonight, 8 o'clock at Gibson?
8 o'clock at Gibson Showcase Lounge. Debut performance of Starlight Wranglers, man. Interplanetary honky tonk, straight from Memphis, Tennessee.
How did you come up with that name?
Starlight Wranglers?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's based on Scotty Moore's, first band he had was called. They had a Western swing band, I guess, back before he started playing with Elvis.
That's right.
And I stole it from him.
I thought I heard that name before.
I knew I could get you to say it.
I ain't ashamed.
Yeah, I knew if I'd...
Now, the interplanetary honky tonk thing, I thought that up on my own.
That's because it's true.
Because it's true.
You should send Art Bell a CD.
I should. I got to get out of here before y'all get me in trouble.
Well, we're
you
gonna,
know too much.
Before you go, we're going to play one other cut.
Oh, cool, man. Thank you.
From your old school Hot Wings.
All right,
And it's coming right up. But before you cut out, we need a quick promo for all of you. So,
okay.
hi, I'm Jimbo Mathus.
I got
You're
you.
listening to Juke and Jam.
Hey, everybody out there in Radio Land. You're listening to Juke and Jam. This is Jimbo Mathus from right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay, and let's do one for the video department.
JukeandJam.com, too.
JukeandJam.com.
Same thing with JukeandJam.com.
Hey, everybody out there in Radio Land. This is Jimbo Mathus from Memphis, Tennessee. And you're listening to... No, that's fine.
Watching. Yeah, it works.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody in Radio Land. This is Jimbo Mathus, and you're listening and watching JukeandJam.com.
There you go. That'll work.
That's straight.
Mr. Terry over here, who's the wizard with the editing process.
We don't edit. We do not edit. I'm kidding.
This is going out live.
The lens cap off, didn't you?
No, it's still on there.
Oh, Lens Cap Larry over there. He's like, oh.
Anyway.
Gee, Mr. Wizard.
Tonight, 8 o'clock, Gibson.
Indeed. Gibson Lounge, Memphis, Tennessee. Y'all come on out.
All right. Sounds good to me.
All right, Bob Holden, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Certainly, Jimbo. Mr. Mathis. And gonna leave everybody with one called No Monkey Business.
Uh-oh.
Tell us about No Monkey Business.
That's just something they used to say. I don't want no monkey business or your daddy's going to tan your hide. So does this show actually go out live?
Yeah. We'll play right now.
Y'all just do whatever you
We're
want to.
live.
Yeah.
I love it.
We're live, baby.
So you like do a promo for me. We're still on the air. I love it.
As I say,
No Monkey Business.
Yes, indeed. No monkey business, Bob. You know how I do. I run a tight ship.
Yeah, put the on somebody else's back, eh?
It's all good. All right, then.
Thanks for being here.
Man, I
We
had a
appreciate
ball.
you.
Thank you, man. Both of y'all. Appreciate you having me. And everybody out there, just come on see me tonight. If you can get out, bring the little lady. She'd really appreciate that. Bring her up to the Gibson Lounge at 8 o'clock.
Yep. And
what will my wife say,
Or a
though?
little man. Either one.
yeah.
Don't pay attention to what your wife says.
Just do it anyway.
Just do it anyway.
Hey,
Like, oh,
I like that. Thank you. I'll steal that title.
this is a whole stealing society up here today. That's Southern music, man. It just goes all around in circles, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
It's mighty cool. Well, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it.
certainly. Very well. You're listening to WQOX-FM, Memphis 88.5, the voice of the Memphis City Schools, and Juke and Jam.
Voice of the city schools. That's cool. Y'all are up here outlaw radio broadcasting at the city schools. I like it.